What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 101 of my player career mode here on FIFA 17. And if you missed episode 100, we did a live stream for it, so I'm going to bring you up to speed for anybody that did or have missed that one. Basically, we played, I think, 4 games in total. I set up 1 goal and scored 1 goal. I think we beat a couple of teams and maybe lost a game as well here and there. So, in terms of our personal performance, it wasn't brilliant. However, I was focused on chat and answering your guys' questions. So, a lot of the, my kind of concentration was used upon reading chat a lot of the time. So, yeah, I didn't really play very well, but I'm not too bothered about it at all. So, we're going to look to improve in today's episode, guys. And we have a really good opportunity to do it first here against Barnet. We're playing them in an FA Cup tie here at Old Trafford, and it should be quite a simple affair, this one, you know, and I mean, no disrespect to it, but on paper, we should be winning this game quite comfortably. Barnet are a low league side, but the beauty of the FA Cup is anything is possible. And as I say this is the day after Chelsea and Arsenal played their FA Cup final. Of course, me being an Arsenal fan, I spent a lot of that game basically wanted to throw up. I was so nervous when we took the lead very early on, but ultimately we were able to just about get the job done even after, and a scare later on after Diego Costa managed to pull an equaliser back for Chelsea. But I have to admit, that's probably the most nervous I've ever been watching Arsenal, which is really weird to say. Honestly, I don't think I sat down for 90 minutes, which is crazy. But yeah, a lot of controversy and stuff, and sometimes that happens in the FA Cup, and it was a good game regardless, guys, and I enjoyed watching it, and eventually, of course, enjoyed watching Arsenal lift the trophy. But enough about that, guys. Because this episode here, Barnet got off to a really, really solid start and had a really good opportunity to take the lead inside the first 4 minutes of this game. And it came at the hands of a stupid mistake made by Ruben Semedo, and he potentially, guys, could be getting replaced in this window because the window is open. So it's all about now whether or not we do, in fact, sign a centre-back as replacement, as the Barnet man runs up and takes a spot kick and smashes it home to the bottom corner. However, looking back at this, if our keeper had just moved, he would have saved this. It didn't come at pace, it didn't go that far in the corner. It was quite a poor penalty, in all honesty, and in my opinion, keeper should be doing much, much better with it there. So, yeah, I would have said I'm a bit disappointed in that, but we have a lot of work to do from this stage now. 4 minutes into the game to go 1-0 down, you can't be having this against Barnet, and I say no disrespect to that one, but yeah, we can't be getting knocked out by Barnet, especially not at home. You know, it's one of those situations where we have to get back on level terms. And an instant reply from us as well, 9 minutes on the clock, did just that. It was myself running through after a nice ball was played. I decided I was just going to hit the strike first time. I had no other option, really. So I took the strike on, and it was too hot for the keeper to handle, as he could only push it into the roof of the goal and make it Manchester United 1, Barnet 1. So in the first kind of 10 minutes of the game, it was open, and it was a really, really good FA Cup tie. It was shaping up to be that for certain. And you know, credit to Barnet, they started off well, and it looked as if they were going to get themselves an interesting game here. Going to a team like Manchester United in Old Trafford, not an easy place to go, and certainly it would have been a good away day for them up until the 31st minute when we made it 2-1. A nice ball through again, and this time it was with the right foot. So now all we need, guys, is a header, and we will complete the hat-trick of the complete hat-tricks. Whereas I'm not quite sure if we'll even get the hat-trick. There's a lot of time left, but I think I may ask for a substitution at half-time just to reserve my energy and stuff. And depending on how the game's going and that, I don't really see me being needed for the full 90 minutes. But we'll have to wait and find out, because, you know, it could still happen here as we made it 2-0. A really nice finish as well. In off the inside of the post, and the keeper, yeah, less said about the goalkeeper, the better in this game so far. Neither of the keepers in this one having that much of an impact on the game. Both of them being called upon, and none of them making that much or making a good account of themselves just yet. So maybe it'll improve later on in the game. But for now, not quite the way you've been expecting these keepers to go. As in the 43rd minute of the game, lovely turn on the edge of the area, near post effort, hat-trick hero, weaker right foot, the celebration there just to cap it all off on the stroke of half-time. We get to take the match ball home with us as well. I just really like the turn on the edge of the area. This one now, the defender goes to cut the ball off, doesn't realise I'm going to just turn on the edge of the area and then run into the area and simply tap it into that near post where the keeper couldn't get near it. So, 3-1 up, comfortable in this game, and I did in fact call for a substitution at half-time. So Griezmann was the man to come on and replace me in this game here. Not a bad substitution, if I do say so myself. Griezmann, not the worst of substitutions to come on. Of course, I'm being sarcastic, guys. He's a very good player, and arguably should be starting these games anyway, without myself in the team. So yeah, it's a really solid player to have on the bench, and he should be starting these games. And you know, I'm sure if you were Barnet right now, you'd be thinking to yourself, well, Griezmann's just come off the bench. What hope do we have if that's what they can bring on to add to the team already? As Jesse Lingard makes it United 4, Barnet 1. And you got to take a look at this, guys. The pass here from Jesse Lingard gets it back from our teammate, and then a first-time strike, rifling one past the keeper. But once again, what on earth is wrong with the goalkeeper? It's not completely in the corner, and he tries to make the save, and it's just not good enough. So in my opinion, the keepers on either side of this one have had a shocker so far. Our keepers had one thing to deal with. It was from the spot. It wasn't a great penalty, and he didn't save it. On the other side, their keeper's not really done anything either. So it's a game where both goalkeepers were shocking, and our finishing just seemed to be there today. So 4-1 so far. Still a long way to go in this one if we want to add a fifth. And 20 minutes from time, a corner whipped in by Jesse Lingard. He's one in the area. Eventually comes towards the back stick. The keeper gets a hand to this one, but it's only good enough to push it straight to Chris Smalling, who nods home, the captain on the day, to make it Manchester United 5, Barnet 1. Again, keeper, I have no idea, no words for what he's trying to do there. Poor attempt at like punching or tapping away. I don't even know what he was doing. If he's going to do that, he's got to at least try and punch it outside of the box. Doesn't even do that, just flaps at it, goes down to Smalling. He gets a goal, says thank you very much, and we move on into the next round of the FA Cup. From this stage, guys, it was a certainty. 5-1 up with around 15 or so minutes left. You can't go on to lose these games, regardless of whichever team you're playing. Even if it was Barcelona in this stage, if we'd have been 5-1 up with 15 to go, and we'd have lost from this stage, would have been shocking. So obviously, guys, we did go through in the FA Cup round, and that takes us to the fourth round now, where we will be taking on, I do believe, Blackburn in the next round, which isn't too bad, actually, because they were once a Premier League club. They might give us a good game as well, and I can confirm that one is at Old Trafford as well. So we will be coming back to Old Trafford for the next FA Cup round. And also, guys, if you missed the stream, you wouldn't have known we've actually got, in our first round knockout of the Champions League knockout rounds, we've got Real Madrid. The team where we joined United from for over 115 million is where we're going to be playing in the Champions League the first round, which is absolutely mental. So that episode, I am probably going to try and do it live for you guys, because I think it'll be good to do it live and just give you guys what I'm thinking at the time. But how about that? Our first Champions League knockout game since our move from Real Madrid, the team that are trying to win it after they won it last year, of course, with us in that starting 11, is the team that we're going to be playing in this first round. I can't believe it. It was a really, I guess, good draw in that respect, and people on stream, it was, I showed it right at the back end of the stream, so if you obviously didn't watch the back end, then maybe you wouldn't have known, but I showed it at the back end, and people on the stream were saying how good that draw was. It's shaping up to be a very entertaining game, and I can't wait for it. It's not going to be in this episode or the episode after that, guys, because it is quite a way away right now, but still, Real Madrid is that game in the Champions League, so keep making sure you come back to this series, because you do not want to miss that episode. That's all I'm going to say to you guys right now. So, moving into the second game of today's episode then, guys, back to Premier League football, taking on a team which we've already played so far this season. In terms of this season, we smashed them as well. We smashed them in, I think it was 5-1. Did we get a hat-trick in that, or 2 goals at least? I know we had to end up smashing Bristol City the first time we played them. So this time around, we're at their ground. It could be a completely different game. Who knows how this one's going to go down. I think it's pretty much the same team that they had in that game as well last time against us. But, of course, we're now playing on Legendary difficulty, whereas that time around, I think it was Professional. So, Legendary could add a little bit more to the mix in this one, especially when you're taking them on at home. It's a bit kind of, teams like this, and this is something I always say, if you have a ground that is quite small and condensed, it can be really tough as a big team going to it, because a lot of the fans feel like they're right upon you. So, in many ways, these games can be quite tough, but the first chance did fall our way. I actually poked the ball through to our teammate there, and he really should have done better with the effort, and it took right until the second half for anything else to happen in this one. It was a Bristol City chance as well. Really good opportunity for them to take the lead in this now. Brian going through, Tammy Abraham strike, really well saved between the sticks there, between our goal sticks, but unfortunately, guys, 90 minutes on the clock, we couldn't get anything going in this one, and we suffered a 0-0 draw, but it keeps us top of the table. We've got a nice lead so far at the top. So, although we drew here against Bristol City and we weren't convincing, we were shocking throughout the majority of this game, we at least still managed to get a point, which is something that you have to say. It's always good to not lose, but in those types of games, I would like to say we should be beating Bristol City. But you know what? Credit to them. They did a good job. So, we can only say that about it. But yeah, moving on into the third game then, guys. Like I said, we've got a really nice, I guess, lead at the top of the table right now. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I do know for sure that it is a lead that we currently have. But remember back to our time at Manchester City, guys, the other team in Manchester. We had a lead in that one, and we ended up just going absolutely idiotic to the back end of the season. And in the last 7 games, went from top to third, which is something you cannot do. So, I'm hoping we don't have a similar situation here. If we do, I'll be frustrated, but we'll see exactly what we can do in terms of this end of the season. Still a long way to go yet, guys. We've still got to play for the Champions League as well, so we've still got a lot on our plate, and the FA Cup as well, if you consider that one. So, in that respect, those are the 3 trophies that I really want from this season. We've already won the EFL Cup in England, so I just want the Prem, the FA Cup, and then maybe another Champions League before we end this series off. Having said that, you know what? I'll take any trophy that comes our way, even if it is an EFL Cup, even if it is that. You know, we've won the Copa de España twice. It's a similar situation to that one. I wouldn't mind winning the EFL Cup again, but we'll have to wait and see if we are going to make it to a final of that kind of caliber. But up until then, guys, some more points on offer here at home against Aston Villa. I'm surprised to see them back in the Premier League. Their team doesn't really look completely different to what they've got. I mean, a couple of players in there have, of course, been kind of changed around, but there's some other players in there actually that they've actually kept from their time in the Championship and come back up, which is good to see. However, this again should be quite comfortable for us, and it took right until the second half, and Kaputska put the ball in here, and I have no idea what have happened. Like, nothing was working for us. We were lacking creativity in these games, and then when he tries to whip in a cross, a mix-up between the Villa defender and the keeper shouts that he's coming for it, the Villa defender doesn't get out of the way, and just basically chests it past his own goalkeeper. So he took the lead in really, really weird fashion, and all that is important is that we did take the lead, but once again, what on earth is going on between that Villa defender and his goalkeeper? I mean, I don't know what on earth they are trying to achieve there. He comes out to get it, the defender goes to chest it. Surely, in that respect, either one of those players should have left it if they were unsure. I don't know, but yeah, a really weird way to see the opening goal of this game go in. And 5 minutes from time, actually, guys, we did find a second as well. A really nice move, eventually finished off by myself into the bottom right corner of the goal. Man United 2, Aston Villa 0, 3 minutes from time from this one. And honestly, guys, this shouldn't have happened the same way it did. I don't know if we'd have got the winner. I don't know if we'd go on to win this game. Up until we got that really lucky goal where the Aston Villa defender had an absolute moment of madness, it was shocking. We were playing poorly. Our creativity was lacking and all that good stuff. So the fact that that actually happened, I think, allowed us to go on to get that second goal there, because I don't think we'd have found it had we have not got that luckiness there. So, in many ways, Villa's downfall gave us the ability to find the second goal, but without it, I'm certainly saying we probably wouldn't have won this game here. But we did win it, 2-0. We got on a score sheet as well. And I want to show you guys the squad report and how it currently looks, because although I felt like I wasn't having a great impact here at United, our goals to game ratio isn't actually terrible here. And I'm a bit frustrated as well because Mourinho has attacked me in the media recently. I came from Real Madrid, a place that was attacking me in the media there as well, to come here to Man United, and I'm getting the same kind of treatment here. Although, again, my goal scoring record's decent. I don't know what on earth they are thinking of. I mean, yeah, it swings and roundabouts. It's not that bad. Oh, it's pretty much on par with Dybala's, and he's playing excellent according to this game. So we'll see. But yeah, squad report showing you our goals and that. If you've enjoyed this episode, though, I'd appreciate a like rating. As always, guys, thank you for your continued support on the channel. I appreciate all the support you give me and on these videos. And I'll see you all in another video at 6 PM UK time tonight. Don't miss it, guys. I'll see you all then. Adios.